this man went to Syracuse University, and we know my Gophers, we're going to row the boat all through New York. They got a bunch of little frozen lakes out there, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to end up in New York, the Pinstripe Bowl, Minnesota versus Syracuse. There was some consternation from Gophers fans. They didn't think that was the bowl we should be in, but I'm like, hey, New York, right now, Christmas time, it's a great place to be. The shop, players get to go there Christmas Day. So the players are going to leave Christmas Day. They're going to do a team family Christmas. And then they're going to go down to the bowl game, and they're going to get to experience New York like Macaulay Culkin. But when you think about David Tyree, you also think about the New York Giants. I think that's what everybody remembers, the helmet catch that everybody heard. So when I met David, we went to Fordham University together. We were getting our MBAs. And I'm like, man, that's the helmet catch dude, you know? And then as he's walking around, I'm like, this dude's normal though. Like he's not one of those guys that's gonna walk around with a picture of himself with the helmet and the football. You know, he's a normal dude. And so I was excited to meet him. Glad to be a classmate of his. But David Tyree, man, thank you for joining me.
Ron, it's a pleasure, man. Good to finally get on and chop it up with you, man. We definitely got to talk this Cuse Gopher situation in New York.
Well, yeah, let's start out there, man. Like you went to Syracuse, but also Marvin Harrison as well, Donovan McNabb. So there's been some great names to come from Syracuse. But, man, I remember playing for the Baltimore Ravens and going to Cal Ripken's house. And Cal Ripken, because of Ray Lewis and Cal Ripken were neighbors. And so Cal, must have reached out to Ray like, hey, man, grab some of your teammates. Let's hoop. And Cal Ripken has a basketball court in his house, kind of like Tracy McGrady. So we go over there to hoop. And all of a sudden, this kid walks in. And when I say kid, this kid was 6'8". Kid walked in with like his AAU team. His AAU team had like a 6'8" small forward. They had a 6'9" power forward. They had a 6'10" center. They had a 6'5" point guard and like a 6'2" shooting guard. So of course I'm like, I got the shooting guard. I got the 6'2" kid. Give me him. Come to find out a year later, this kid goes to Syracuse and wins a national championship. And I'm like, wait a minute. That kid from Maryland, like, wait. I'm like, so I text a couple guys on the team, and I'm like, yo. I'm like, did Cal Ripken just set us up to fail? Like, did they just have us playing against like the number one kid in the country? Because he didn't walk in talking about I'm Carmelo Anthony, I'm this, I'm that, and blah blah. He just walked in, put his bag down, quiet 17-year-old kid, just looking to hoop. And of course Ray Lewis was in there, so he probably was like, whoa, that's Ray Lewis, like, but he walks in. We hooped, me, Adalius Thomas, Travis Taylor. I forgot who else played, but it was a bunch of guys that could hoop. And these kids gave us a run for our money. Like, they beat us. I'm not going to lie. Like, we got handled. We beat Cal Ripken's team. We beat, like, the old baseball players. But Carmelo's team, I mean, come on now, man. Like, Melo was 6'8". This kid was, I mean, again, he was 17, skinnier, wasn't as strong. But, I mean, this kid could shoot the rock. And so when you think about Syracuse, that's what I think about. I think about Jim Boeheim and 3-2 defense. So when you decide to go there for football, man, what was that mindset like, when the fans are there for basketball, so I got to do something special to get them out for football?
Yeah, the funny thing about it is when I go in 98, Syracuse is kind of holding the crown in the Big East. I think they have back-to-back championship. McNabb is still there. It was actually just as much a football school, but obviously the biggest story is Jim Boeheim. But he hadn't won a national championship until my senior year. So it was great, but we were kind of the deal in light of the legacy. You talk about, it's one of those historical legacy, Jim Brown, Ernie Davis type of schools. So it was great to be there. My senior year, sadly we had the first losing season in football, but here comes Carmelo Anthony, and he lights it up. I'm still on campus to witness the first national championship. And, yeah, it was special, man. It was special. But, yeah, I definitely go back to all those legacy days. I remember y'all great run with the Gophers. Greg White was a friend of mine as a kid coming up in Essex County, New Jersey. He went over and did some great things for the Gophers. So it's good, full circle, meeting up with people like yourself, bearing some of those, traditional old school Big East, Big Ten legacy journeys, and seeing Minnesota and Cuse go head to head in Yankee Stadium is real iconic. It's dope.